believes this fight will be over in a New York minute.
Phil Baroni, the New York badass, the middleweight, fighting out of Las Vegas, Nevada. I've been a fighter my whole life. I trade hard. I trade harder than anybody. I mean, anyone that's seen me train knows I train hard. I go the extra mile. The feud between me and Shamrock, that's why everybody's here tonight. Time to fight. Time to put up or shut up. You know, I'm gonna shut him up. I got two weapons. This and this. When I put one on his chin, it's gonna be enough. More than enough. It's gonna end violently tonight. I'm gonna separate him from consciousness.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, making his way to the cage, known as the New York Badass, Phil Baroni.
Love him or hate him, Phil Baroni can definitely talk the talk. You might even refer to him as the Baron of Bloviation. But tonight, the New York Badass will make the walk to the cage, intent on becoming the Strikeforce World Middleweight Champ and giving Frank Shamrock a beating he will never forget in the process.
Baroni's made headlines by becoming the most controversial and outspoken fighters in the damn world, pretty much. He's a devastating fighter, though. One-punch knockout power. So he can talk all the trash he wants, but at any time, he can knock your ass out.
The great thing about Phil Baroni, two things, guys. He's a great finisher, but also he's a great marketer. Check out this ring walk, all the stuff he said. He's Barnum, Bailey, Shavers, and Tyson wrapped up all in one.
And he is dancing his way to the cage. I mean, this guy loves the crowd. No matter if you boo him, no matter if you cheer him, this guy is all about marketing a fight. He knows how to sell a fight, and he promises to deliver tonight.
And you need those type of personalities.
Absolutely.
You have to.
And you know, the key is what you just said, a fight. No matter what you say, guys, you get in there, all the technical stuff we talked about, it still is a fight. And that's what Phil Baroni does best.
All right, now the object of Baroni's ire, Frank Shamrock, is a mixed martial arts legend and a San Jose fan favorite. Shamrock considers himself the Michelangelo of MMA, and he's more than willing to use Baroni's blood to paint his masterpiece.
Frank Shamrock, I'm a middleweight, San Jose, California. I've been the man to beat for a long time. I mean, I go to gyms and everybody wants to beat me, crush me, kill me. I want to be the best. So I always train each day to be the best in my art. My best weapon against Phil Baroni is my mind. Phil thinks that he's going to knock me out. And when you've been through the wars I've been through, when you live my life in the cage, and you look at Phil, you'll understand that he's barking up the wrong tree. This fight's going to be fast and furious from the get-go. Phil's going to come for him. And that's part of my strategy. He thinks he's going to outstrike me, and he's got another world coming. He loves to talk smack. I love to beat people up. I will win this fight because I'm an old cage dog, and you got to kill me to get me out of there.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, here he is, Frank, the Legend Shamrock.
No need to tell you who the fan favorite is here at the Shark Tank, donning a Sharks jersey. He is a man of first, the first UFC light heavyweight champion, the first or one of the first mixed martial artists to incorporate cross-training. Tonight, Billy wants to be the first Strikeforce World Middleweight Champ.
He wants to add another trophy to his case. He's got more trophies in that case than most of these guys who have teeth.
And I tell you what, guys, a little late breaking news, if you will. Before the fight, Frank Shamrock came down, told me that he has torn his ACL and MCL about a week ago in training. I said, what's that prevent you from doing? He said, I can't shoot. I can't shoot him for a takedown. Now, whether that's Frank being Frank, because Bill, you know how good of a salesman he is, or if it really is in fact torn, that remains to be seen.
Frank's got a little bit of pro wrestling in him, just like Baroni, man. It's all about marketing, and it may be all about throwing your opponent off also, because you know when in the fighters meeting, when he comes in limping, he knows that we're going to open our big mouth.
You know, when it comes to Frank Shamrock, it's all about the psychological warfare. Phil Baroni, it's the verbal warfare. It is time to begin the warfare for the Strikeforce World Middleweight title. Let's bring you the tale of the tape. And here it is. Frank the Legend Shamrock is 34, 5'10", 184 pounds with a submission fighting background. Phil Baroni is 31, 5'9", 183 pounds. He's a boxer and a brawler. Both of them want to be Strikeforce World Middleweight Champion. It is going to be one hell of a main event. And here now to introduce the particulars is Jimmy Lennon Jr.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the HP Pavilion here in San Jose, California for the featured bout of the evening, sponsored by Rockstar Energy Drink and brought to you by Elite XC, Strikeforce, and Showtime. This championship attraction is sanctioned by the California State Athletic Commission, the executive officer Armando Garcia. Introducing to you our three judges scoring this bout. From Florida, Richard Bertrand. From California, Nelson Hamilton. And also from California, Cecil Peoples. And our third man in the cage, our referee in charge of this bout from Las Vegas, Nevada, Steve Mazzagatti. All right, fans, here we go with our main event of the evening. 5 rounds scheduled for the Strikeforce Middleweight World Championship. And now, ladies and gentlemen in attendance and MMA fans joining us around the world, live from San Jose, it's showtime! Introducing to you first, on my left, fighting out of the blue corner, standing 5 feet 9 inches, he weighed in at 183 pounds. He is a boxer brawler with an MMA record of 10 wins, 7 losses, with 7 knockouts and 2 submissions to his credit. He is originally from Long Island, New York, now fighting out of Las Vegas, Nevada. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the dangerous and hard-hitting fighter known as the New York Badass, introducing Phil Baroni. And his opponent across the cage on my right, fighting out of the red corner, standing 5 feet 10 inches, he weighed in at 184 pounds. One of MMA's truly complete fighters, known for his submission fighting and striking. His record stands at 21 wins, 8 losses, 1 draw, with 2 knockouts and 13 submissions to his credit. Hailing from San Jose, California, he is recognized as the pioneer and prototype of modern MMA. Please welcome the former King of Pancrase and the former UFC middleweight champion, introducing Frank the Legend Shamrock. Our referee in charge, Steve Mazzagatti.
All right, gentlemen, this is it. We want a good, clean, fair fight. You need to obey my commands, protect yourself at all times. Hook them up. Hook them up, guys. Good luck.
The lovely brunette next to the blonde you saw moments ago on your screen is Phil Baroni's new fiancée. They got engaged last Thursday. What better way to celebrate than with a title victory here tonight? It's the New York Badass against the legend, bad blood, bad intentions.
I tell you what, Phil Baroni told us the other day, I've wanted this guy since I was in college. My mom and stepdad sent me a tape early UFC of Frank Shamrock. That's who I've wanted this entire time.
The main event is underway. 59% of the voters online at ProElite.com have picked the New York Badass to become the Strikeforce World Middleweight Champion. And Baroni already unloading on Shamrock along the fence. Phil Baroni wasting little time in showing his pugilistic power, but Frank Shamrock, he's been in many wars, and as we've stated, the prototype of modern MMA, Bill, this guy has seen it all, but he has been away for a long
takes
time.
down Shamrock.
I think that's where Shamrock wants to be. Remember, he told us that he couldn't shoot because of that knee. Well, how are you going to take him down there?
And we have to
make
watch
Frank take
that
you
knee.
down.
As Baroni again tags him with the right hand. Shamrock comes back with a body kick. Oh, and Shamrock tags Baroni.
And Shamrock is not afraid of Baroni or his power. As you can see by him standing there trading shots.
This crowd is as electric as the action in the ring, and you see Shamrock taunting Baroni, saying he's going to put him to sleep.
Old school versus new school. And he's asleep. Oh my God.
Shamrock knocks down the New York Badass and is going for the choke.
It's over,
Shamrock
gentlemen.
unloading up Baroni. It ain't over till the bell rings. Like Yogi Berra, another New Yorker used to say, it ain't over till it's over. Baroni is still alive.
Shamrock should get distance. Shamrock should get distance and start throwing those punches.
Timeout. Timeout.
Mazzagatti may take away a point here.
Yes,
Hit
the
behind the head.
punches behind the head, the rabbit punches, and for the second time on Elite XC, Frank Shamrock breaks the rules.
And Phil is wobbly. He's over there in his corner, and he is swaying back and forth.
You all right?
But what Shamrock should have done there, guys, is put a little distance and continue to rain down punches. Should have seen the blood.
The atmosphere is unbelievable.
And Baroni's been one to doubt himself in the past.
Another takedown by Baroni, but like you say, Shamrock is not worried about being here now, maybe maneuvering for a possible attempt at a triangle. Baroni, though, trying to clean out the cobwebs in the process.
Shamrock's one of the craftiest guys ever that stepped in the MMA ring, so you never know what's going to happen with him on his back.
Baroni needs to post up. Don't just sit there with his head down in your chest. Post up so you don't get caught in one of those submissions.
Shamrock has a very tight, close guard, and now Baroni beginning to unload from the guard.
And the one thing about Baroni also, folks, usually if he's going to get you, he's going to get you early on in a fight. The longer it goes, the more it sways in Shamrock's
crucial
favor.
point already taken away for Frank Shamrock. Let's not forget that. 10-point must system, Strikeforce middleweight title on the line. No elbows or knees to the head on a grounded opponent. They're back up on their feet.
Looks like they're both having a very good time in there, gentlemen. We're witnessing some history here. Ooh.
Oh, and again, Baroni gets tagged. Now goes for the single leg, but Shamrock colored me impressed with his stand-up.
I'm impressed with his unbelievable power he's got.
And now rattling the rib cage with those body shots.
And look at Baroni's side.
2 minutes left in what has been a frenetic first round.
As Frank looks over here, looks like he's just having a walk in the park, gentlemen.
I don't think Baroni is yet to recover from those rabbit punches to the back of the head. Now,
great position right here by Frank Shamrock also.
And raining down some left and rights, and there's a nice escape by Baroni back up to his feet.
Because he gave up that position, he got a little overexcited as we said it.
Oh, and Baroni gets tagged with the jab.
But Baroni does no head movement.
Baroni is out on his feet, you guys. He needs to clean out the cobwebs.
He's
Frank
getting
Shamrock is picking him apart.
But look at his head. It's just sitting right there. It is a stagnant
He's
target.
a sitting duck, and he is getting taunted by Shamrock.
Getting more and more confident.
Yeah.
There's a knee right to the middle. Unbelievable warfare. This is what mixed martial arts is all about. Frank Shamrock and Phil Baroni. The gamesmanship, the verbal warfare. Now they are swinging for the fences.
Baroni's putting that mouthpiece out at the end of his lips there. That's not the smartest thing to be doing.
Shamrock needs to pick up the pace. He knows that he can smell the blood in the shark tank. Baroni trying desperately now. A series of uppercuts. If Baroni can survive the round, it would be a huge victory on his part.
We've seen Baroni stand there stagnant and just throw jabs. That's not the Phil Baroni that we're used to seeing. Look at his head. It's just there.
Look at his face.
Look at his eyes,
Yeah,
gentlemen.
he needs to get out of this round, and I'm surprised that Frank Shamrock isn't turning it up. Now he does. Lefts and rights, and you never can question Baroni's beard as he secures the
What
takedown.
a battle. What a battle. Looks like he's going to survive this round.
And because of the point deduction, this round will probably, unless they judge
Could be
it,
a 9-8 round.
it could be a 9-8 round or a 9-9 round. Baroni securing a moral victory, and that it looks like he is going to survive what could have been a very devastating opening round. And this vociferous crowd of over 10,000 are on their feet, and the atmosphere is as electric as Thomas Edison's basement. Even the dancers are fired up. Wow, what an opening 5 minutes domination, but not without drama. Phil Baroni recruited one of the top striking coaches, Sean Tompkins, and he knows how to calm his fighters down, but my oh my, Frank Shamrock lighting Baroni up.
Well, he got him first with a straight cross and followed up with a 3 after that, and then goes for the guillotine. But in the process of going for the guillotine, he gives up position and starts punches to the back of the head, rabbit punches against the rules. That could have a factor in the outcome of this fight if it goes to a decision. Now watch this. We have his fist again. Same thing, overhand right, and then tries to follow up with his feet. And Baroni, you know what that is right there? That is just trying to get in a defensive position so he's not standing up anymore for more of those twos, those straight right crosses. That's called a two.
Shamrock's confidence building while on his back. He flashed the V for victory sign to photographer Tom Casino, and round 2 is now underway. Nice overhand right by Baroni. Shamrock goes in with a tie clinch, delivers a knee, but Baroni seems to once again have his feet under him, and now goes in with a left hook. How much of a factor, Bill, do you think that point deduction will be in the first round, knowing that Baroni had a chance to recover?
I don't think it was a factor. I think, if anything, it just evened up the round.
But considering what Baroni went through then, that's got to be a big bonus for him, because he was absolutely obliterated in that opening round.
Again, the one thing that could do is make it a 9-9 round. I don't see it that way, though. I see a 9-8 round. What about you, Billy?
That's how I see it.
Yeah.
But, you know, you never know with these judges these days, gentlemen.
Hey, you know what, though, Bill? You've seen a lot of Phil Baroni. Look at him there. That's not his boxing style to just sit there with his head.
No, he's
almost like an
stationary,
amateur
man.
boxer.
He's stationary, and when you do that with a guy like Shamrock, you know, you're going to get in trouble.
And he's lunging with his jabs, and what that is doing is it's opening up for Shamrock to come over with that, too.
You know, there's an overhand right by Baroni when Shamrock left the sport at the peak of his game, going undefeated at 5-0, and as a champion in the UFC, many people wondered what he would be like when he came back. It's starting to seem that he is one of the smartest men in the world, because now that the sport is enjoying unprecedented popularity, he is putting on a show here in the main event.
He ate a body shot and a knee from Baroni that made him back up, and he's taking notice of that one for sure.
Now Baroni comes in beautiful left.
He's got some vicious body shots.
And it looks like Baroni now beginning to get his confidence back a bit. Although you look at his eyes, there's a mouse under his left eye. And he's now beginning to smile a bit. What a battle we are having here for the Strikeforce World Middleweight Championship.
The other day, Frank Shamrock said, I'd love to have 100 Phil Baronis. He is tailor-made for my style. First round, 100% correct.
Well, he might as well deal with the first Phil Baroni, because this fight ain't over yet. Another nice left hook by Baroni. And Shamrock tags him and then does a little pirouette.
One of these guys got to start throwing their punches and kicks and combinations, though. Not one at a time, not one kick at a time.
And there may be some credence to the fact that Shamrock may be hurt, because he hasn't attempted a shot yet on Phil Baroni. So perhaps he is injured, and Baroni rocks Shamrock with that shot.
What a seesaw battle, gentlemen. We're witnessing one hell of an MMA fight here.
And we've got the best seats in the house. We hope you're enjoying it. Now Shamrock lights Baroni up.
Watch your fingers, watch your fingers.
This, boys, is the way you stand up and fight.
Yeah, Baroni's gassed, though, guys.
2 minutes left in the second round.
And people want to know, why is he gassed? He hasn't thrown that many punches. When you take a beating, people at home, it takes the wind out of you.
He gets shot
and he is rocked,
and he's getting
gentlemen.
hurt. And again he goes for the takedown. Good sprawl by Shamrock. Now perhaps looking for the guillotine choke. But Baroni, you cannot question his heart or his fortitude. He is getting picked apart, and yet he remains in the game as Shamrock now looks like he may attempt a Kimura.
You know, it's surprising, gentlemen, because many a person would have thought that Baroni would be the one delivering the shots and Shamrock would go for the shoot when he was in trouble. It's the opposite of that.
And again, Shamrock said he can't go for the shoot because of the injury. Maybe that's the case as he now swivels around, has his back, looking for the Mata-Leão. In Portuguese, the lion kill. Will he be able to kill the New York Badass with the rear naked choke here tonight? I'm speaking figuratively, of course.
Listen to the crowd behind Shamrock.
And look again, his chin is still, his forearm is not under the chin. Phil just needs to try and fight this out. And Phil has been choked out before without tapping.
Phil is struggling, but still maintaining, trying to strike. There's a smile on Shamrock's face. Stop! It's over! Frank Shamrock is your Strikeforce World Middleweight Champion!
Oh, Frank. He's coming to. Relax, relax. Let the doctor in. He's coming too.
I have never in my mixed martial arts career heard a crowd louder than this right now, Jay. I was in Columbus, Ohio, when Randy the Natural Couture, who, by the way, happy birthday, Natch. A big birthday night for him as his charge Mike Pyle won earlier tonight. But I thought I heard it all at Columbus, Ohio, when Randy Couture beat Tim Sylvia for the UFC heavyweight title. This crowd is absolutely electric here. And what a fight. And thumbs up to Phil Baroni. He gave it the best he could. And this is a sportsman now going over to congratulate the champion.
You know why? Because Phil Baroni, we talked about it before, a lot of this stuff, his hatred, his anger, he brings it into the ring for the fight to help sell a fight. You know, he needs the hatred, he says, when he gets in the cage. But the moment it's over, he looks across and says that guy is still a professional athlete. And obviously a professional athlete that just had his way with him.
Many people wondered, after such a long hiatus, had the sport of mixed martial arts passed Frank Shamrock by? The